As you have heard by now, obviously, the latest polls in some of the polling companies, it all continues to get lower and lower and lower. You just wonder when it is that George Bush is going to use his idiocy to strike and cause some kind of catastrophic activity to take place within the United States of America so that he can go ahead and take more control. I'm sure you've heard by now, Bernie mentioned it, and it's quite true. On May 9th, there was an issuance, that's a little over 10 days ago. George Bush issued an order, and it's his emergency order to become the dictator of the United States of America, if in fact we have a catastrophic emergency. Now, there's a definition of catastrophic emergency, but there's no reason for me to read that to you because in this order, it's a pretty lengthy order, everything is covered. I mean, people could get excited about what is happening after a football game or something. Anyway, the catastrophe, like having Bush pull off another 9/11, have somebody somewhere simply ignore the signals that something catastrophic is going to happen somewhere in the country. At any rate, what it says is that Bush wrote this, and it is now his order, which is rather interesting, that he takes over everything. In a new national security presidential directive, Bush lays out his plans for dealing with a catastrophic emergency. With scarcely a mention in the mainstream media, Bush has ordered up a plan for responding to a catastrophic attack. Under that plan, he entrusts himself in leading the entire federal government, not just the executive branch. He gives himself the responsibility for ensuring constitutional government. He will take over the judiciary, the judicial branch, and he will take over the legislative branch. That's all of Congress. And, of course, he's the head of the executive branch, so he's got that one of the three-party government that we have at the moment, the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. He will take it all. And he has written this order. Now, as far as I can tell, no one else has agreed that this is what he should do. But at any rate, this is what he wishes to do. And it says flat out, the president shall lead the activities of the federal government for ensuring constitutional government. The document waves at the need to work closely with the other two branches, saying there will be a cooperative effort among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the federal government, but this effort will be coordinated, that's the word he's using, by the President of the United States as a matter of comity with respect to the legislative and judicial branches and with proper respect for the constitutional separation of powers. Oh, boy. Among the efforts coordinated by the President would be ensuring the capability of the three branches of government to provide for orderly succession and appropriate transition of leadership. Oh, boy. At any rate, I sure wish Laura was a better lover. I mean that. I really mean that. I wish she, was a better lover. That way, we wouldn't have this president up there playing with himself, absolutely mentally masturbating over the whole business of becoming the grand dictator of the United States of America. I mean, it's incredible.